Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and enjoy some boy band conversation. As always, my name is Diane.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Chinzia.
And Lydia.
Hello.
Yay, Lydia.
Lydia's
Thank
back.
you for having me again.
I don't know. Is she a special guest at this point? I feel like she's just part of this.
I feel like she's part of the
I'm
family
not special
now.
anymore.
You're always special in my heart.
This is our 10th episode. And
Yay!
if you have been with us for 10 episodes, we love you. We love you so much.
And if you
Thanks
just started
for
as
listening,
well,
Diane's mom.
We also love you.
Yes.
thank you.
My
as
mom,
well.
our biggest fan.
Mom,
All right.
you always were the perfect fan. Okay, sorry.
Wrong boy band for today's topic.
Uh-oh.
Because today's topic is NSYNC.
Oh, yay!
Half woos, half booze, I feel.
You know,
I said yay.
I'm over the drama now, but like,
Oh,
Yes.
back in the day.
Back in the day.
Were there drama or what?
You could not like both. It was one or the other or death.
I even lost a
I
friend.
don't think anyone died.
because of
I feel
loving
like maybe people like, at worst there was broken friendships,
Definitely.
but nobody
and it did
was
happen. It's real.
like, nobody got shanked or anything.
Okay, no.
No.
Okay, so I
we're
want
not
to, we're going to follow the format that you guys are used to from the
Thank you.
Backstreet episode, from the O-Town episode, from the New Kids episode. What was the first time you saw or heard NSYNC?
Okay, so the first time I heard NSYNC was kind of similar to how I heard Backstreet Boys. I was watching Much Music videos, and NSYNC's, I forget which one it was, the basketball one. Somebody help me.
Tearing Up My Heart?
Yes, I think that's the one.
Seems accurate.
And then my friends and I were like, "Oh, who's your favorite?" Kind of the same as the Backstreet Boys. And sorry, Chinzia, I did choose Justin at the time, but I also liked JC Chazé, and I was like, "Hey, this group is pretty good too." So I was like, "Okay, I like both."
Chinzia, can you go first?
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
I just started, because again, when we were kids, we weren't allowed to listen to like current music.
Wait, was it Tearing Up My Heart?
No,
or was
it's
it
I Want You Back.
Okay.
I Want You Back. Okay,
my
similar.
bad. Backstreet
It
fan.
was all
Go
like
on.
darkness. And they were
Yeah, it was like a
driving around in a car.
basketball. No, it wasn't a
There was
basketball.
no
That was the second one, maybe then.
I just always assumed
I think I mixed them
basketball
all.
is Backstreet, but
Other people played basketball. Wasn't
Yes,
just them.
that is
Oh my
true.
God, remember when they were like on TMZ and they were like interviewing all the like Backstreet members and NSYNC members, and they were like, you guys should have like a basketball thing, and we were all like, oh my God, someone needs to make
It
this
was so
happen.
close
Yes.
to happening. That was what Challenge for the Children was.
Yeah.
FYI.
Okay, anyway, sorry, continue, Chinzia.
So we just started listening to boy bands, and Gina got me into Backstreet. I was like, cool. And then I Want You Back came out, and I feel like it was like in January or something. And I was like, ooh, who is this band? And then it kind of from there. And
She
I was
switched teams. She's a
did.
traitor.
And I did, and I
Return
hid
coach.
this from these two girls for a very long time until I was at a Christmas party, and some girl I went to high school was with, and she was like, "Oh, Backstreet Boys," and I'm like, "Yeah, I love the Backstreet Boys," and she's like, "Chinzia, you were Team NSYNC in high school," and then she like outed me in front of all my new Backstreet friends. And I was like, "Whatever, I like them both." So yes, and I always liked Chris immediately. He was my favorite,
Shocking.
and it has not
He's
changed.
funny, so
And he sent me a happy birthday DM. So
You're
suck it all,
welcome.
you.
Aw, very nice.
Thank you, Sophia, for telling him to send me a message.
Also, he could have been your husband.
Oh
but
my
we'll
God!
just-
Why do you keep saying this?
Because
There's no chance ever
there
of this
was
happened.
there was a chance.
Okay,
chance.
Lydia, when did you hear NSYNC?
Okay, so like here's the problem. I cannot remember last week, so it's very
sometimes, yeah.
fuzzy. Up
So
in
you would have
here.
been in elementary school because you're
Probably.
3 years younger.
Yes. Okay, so like Pokemon was very popular at the time. I think like the earliest NSYNC memory I can remember is going to the autograph signing with you.
Yes.
Right, and then Nana was there, and she borrowed.
That was
like,
April 17th, 1998. In case
yes,
anyone's wondering.
Every year she's like, "It's our anniversary of meeting
NSYNC
NSYNC."
anniversary.
And like Chinzia, nobody cares. But
I care.
okay,
The
Chinzia cares.
listeners might care.
This
So
was
like
our 20th anniversary this year. That's pretty exciting.
I remember Nana had borrowed. Nana came with us to where was it? Newmarket? No,
it was the Pickering Town Center.
Pickering Town Center. And then she had borrowed a stool from like a shopkeeper and was peeling me an apple while we were waiting. That's like
a
like
good
the
memory to
the
have,
good memory.
Lydia. I really like
and
that.
then meeting them was like literally like 30 seconds, and then it was over. We waited
If
like
you'd
6
like the
hours.
longer version of that, it's in one of our previous episodes.
It is boy band
Episode
first.
2, boy band first. If you would like to hear my discussion about that.
Yes. Shout out to your grandmother.
Yes. Thanks,
Yes.
Nana.
No.
Your bomb. Sorry.
I feel like I also can't exactly. I remember seeing Backstreet Boys for the first time. I don't remember when I was like, oh, this is NSYNC. I pretty much hated them right out the gate, though.
No.
Were you one of the people that called them NSYNC?
No, it's just like, wow, they're such biters. Like, why they gotta be exactly like the Backstreet Boys?
Is that what a biter means?
Yes.
Okay, they're
Were you
Mississauga.
know
Were
that?
you alive
What's
in
a
the
biter?
90s? This was a thing.
Maybe
Yeah, we used to
Hamilton
call
did
everyone
Like,
not.
did they
biters.
nibble?
No, it means you copied someone.
Yeah, you're such a
Oh,
biter,
never heard
Lydia.
this.
Why are you
Yeah.
biting?
Maybe that's like
Maybe that's a
Toronto,
Toronto
thing.
thing.
Maybe.
It's
Listen,
nasty.
if you use biter, comment and let these two know it was a real
If you
thing.
have not used it, comment and let them know that they're crazy.
Like a biter in Hamilton is someone who comes up and bites you.
I just feel like that's like a zombie or somebody's like eating.
It's a real thing.
It is
Okay,
a real thing.
okay.
I come back to you.
Alright,
I'm
it's Urban
done.
Dictionary that later.
All right. So, what's your favorite NSYNC song?
Oh,
Oh, that's a tough one.
'Cause you're gone.
That's yours?
that's my least favorite song.
Yeah, that would be Chinsu's.
That
Won't
was
you be
banned.
my girlfriend? I like that one. I think that's my favorite one.
I know my favorite. It's
tell it.
I Drive Myself Crazy
nice.
because
Oh
the
my
first
gosh,
minute
she
and
ruins
6
this
seconds is Chris's solo, and he never gets solos. So that was-
Excellent.
And then the Australian version didn't have Chris at all, and it was just JC and
I
and
wonder
Olivia,
why.
who was a huge JC fan, was like, this is the best version. I'm like, screw you. You can't take away Chris's only solo. I hate you.
Here's the thing about that album. Chinthia changed every word to be like, Chris, thinking of Chris. And I'm like, you ruined every song, Chinthia. Stop
Okay,
it.
Chris rhymes with this.
I know.
So obviously it's very easy to change that.
Yeah.
That was also a really good music video. I like that. It was a music video question as well.
Yes, it is.
Is that the one where he was wearing that big giant hat?
No, that was the one where his hair was crazy and they were in a mental institution, and then
Oh, yes.
Much
yes.
Music took it down after a while because apparently it was not appropriate.
Insensitive.
And the one girl from Clueless was in it, and
Yes.
Chris's girlfriend at the time, Danny, was in the video as well.
Is that the one he started the clothing line with?
Yes, Fumanskeeto.
Mm.
And
So, do you have a favorite song, Lydia, before we launch into videos?
Sorry. No, I remember her having like really big bazongas. So
Yeah.
it was I was a great girlfriend, but they broke up. Sorry. No, okay. I don't know why that was.
Bye 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 is also a good song.
It is a good song.
Is it Lydia's favorite, though?
Are we talking about music videos or songs?
Song.
Just song.
Just
We'll
song.
get to video
Okay,
in a
okay,
second.
Okay, very well.
Bye 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 is good. Yeah, I like that one too.
Hold on. Like, there's, you know what? Like, they actually had some like good stuff
They
on there.
definitely had a
Sorry,
good one.
I'm just going through the database.
My
a
favorite
How
little
about
bit.
did you
Christmas
like
song is Merry
Dirty
Christmas.
Pop?
That's
Babe,
my
you can't
favorite.
stop.
Dirty Pop.
I know you like this dirty pop.
I feel like it had like a good message. Like they were like, you know what? Pop is good music.
Yeah.
And you all who are like snobby and like, boy bands, boy bands make good music. And I feel like
Absolutely.
that's what that song is about, and that's why it's my favorite.
Yes,
Remember,
it's a good song.
Digital get down. And that was like during
Yes.
like the ICQ days. So,
Yes.
Totes.
Yes.
I don't know. You know what? I can't
I
pinpoint
also,
it.
in concert, I liked It Makes Me Ill. That was a good one.
Makes me ill to see you give love and attention.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, D, you didn't answer.
Yeah, you
you
did. She
Wait,
did.
When
She
I
did.
said Dirty Pop, she answered.
which one's the one about cheese? Because I didn't like cheese like every day.
Celebrity.
Oh. You know what? I'll go with Dirty Pop. That was better. Sorry.
It's a good
Dirty
one.
Pop.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I just
And-
like when
oh my
Merry
God.
Christmas, Happy
Pop,
Holidays
pop.
is the best Christmas song on the planet.
Wait,
So
do you
just
remember
saying.
that Will and Grace episode where like Jack goes to his son's like school dance and then like Dirty Pop comes on and he does like all the choreography and
Oh my
it
gosh,
is
yes.
so
It's
funny.
amazing.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
man.
it's
We
should
so
see
funny.
that episode on YouTube.
That's so good.
Okay. Video, please.
Okay,
We're
all
already
right, video.
there.
Okay,
What's
okay,
your
okay.
favorite NSYNC video? They had really good ones.
Got to remember.
Why is my mind
My mind is drawing a blank.
No,
That's
that
really
one
bad.
song that's like, there were mannequins, like,
Yes.
every little thing I do.
It's
Never
gonna
listen.
be May.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank
that's
you.
the, I
Yes.
like that one.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
the-
gonna
the
agree
toy
with that one.
store and then they're
yes,
just running.
it's
Yes,
gonna
that's my
burn,
favorite
burn.
video.
Also,
That's
Bye
also
Bye
my
Bye.
favorite.
Bye
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 has
is-
the best choreography.
It's a
ever.
good dance.
Bye Bye, and it still holds up to this day.
Yes.
That one's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just watching it the other day and I'm like, yo, this is still legit.
Yes.
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 Like-
They were excellent dancers.
Yes. Maybe,
I
if
would
I
say-
may say, a
yes.
little bit better than Backstreet.
Oh,
I
everyone
would say
for sure.
NSYNC were better dancers than Backstreet. Backstreet was better harmonizers than
Oh,
NSYNC.
for sure. I would agree with
singers
that.
overall.
Well, yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yes, even I, as an NSYNC hater back in the day, was like, NSYNC dances better. Backstreet does everything else better.
True.
I
Well,
concur.
beg to
I
differ
concur.
on those ones, but yes,
Did everyone answer the question?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
it was all the same video.
It was all the
okay.
same.
Yeah. That was good.
Chinzia, who's your favorite member of NSYNC?
Oh my gosh, can
Christopher
we
Allen
totally-
Kirkpatrick,
Oh my god.
I really
who's
want
10 years, 11 months, and 8 days older than me, in case you're wondering.
Hey, Chinzia, can you please tell us the story that at that time at Louisville, Kentucky's Comic Con?
I feel like now's the time to tell it. If there
Because
was ever a
I
time.
feel like we
It's
need
now.
to tell people.
We were doing a plus size clothing swap, Lydia and I. So Lydia's very
Oh
angry about
yes,
this.
I remember.
And
this.
then Nick and AJ were going to Louisville, Kentucky for Fandom Fest.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Joey Fatone and Chris from NSYNC were added to the bill.
Yes.
So we were debating whether or not we should go and whatever. It was just
And then
like,
we were like, Chinzia, it's
Canada
Chris
weekend.
from NSYNC. This is like you've been dying to meet him since 1997 or
I have
8
met
or whatever
him,
it
but
was.
just like-
Yes.
Like
It's
again,
been so
like-
long. We
yeah.
need to.
and they're like, you need to go, da da da. So
Yes.
then Lydia's like, that's fine, leave me. So
Leave me alone with all these people. And
I
the swap.
helped you set
I
up.
know you did. I
Okay.
know, but it's still, it was the principle. But whatever.
All right,
I'm
anyways.
glad you had a good time.
So we go down there, and these two people were just like,
Your lovely friends, I might add.
are like, oh, are you gonna cry when you see Chris? Oh, And I
It
was
wasn't
just like,
Diane, it was me.
And I was like,
I was going to
dude,
say,
I
I
don't
was
cry.
a good friend.
I'm like, I always make fun of people who cry. I'm not gonna cry, like big deal, like whatever, right?
It was just because Chinzia said she wasn't going to cry. And
So she just
then-
kept pushing this, and I was like, hey, whatever. So I would say it was maybe a little anxiety for that, but whatever. So we're there. And we're talking to our friends from Toronto that we only ever see in the States at Backstreet Boys events.
This is true.
And out of the corner of my eye, I see this guy walking. And I was like, that dude looks familiar. Who is it? And then all of a sudden it hit me that it was Chris from NSYNC. And then I couldn't speak. And apparently my eyes started welling up. And then Sophia looks up at this point and was like, what's going on?
And then I noticed Chris walking with his handler to his station over there by where he's supposed to sign things. And then I took the video camera or the
Smart.
phone. I shouldn't say video camera. And then I videoed it because I was like, oh my God, people need to see this on Facebook.
It
So,
was
yes.
people did not need to
hilarious.
see this.
She
I was
totally
tearing
cried.
up. It was
Tearing
it was
up. You were like,
upsetting.
And then she was like,
And then our
she
friend
was
is like, "Why are you crying?" And then Sophia's all like, "Oh, because she likes Chris." And then and our packages came with like an autograph and a selfie with each of them,
No, it didn't.
or it came with something.
Just
yeah,
an
I came a
autograph.
photo,
No, you got both.
autograph. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
We can debate those merits later.
Anyways, what do you mean she wasn't there? She was there.
I said you were there.
So, anyways, they gave us.
'Kay.
She's like, here's a picture. So she gave our friend Steph's like, here you go. You can have my Chris one. You can see him twice.
Aw,
And then
Yes.
Amanda's
thank
like,
you.
oh, let's go see him right now. And I was like, let's not see him right now. I am crying. Let me calm down and go see Nick Carter instead.
Which is hilarious because people are so
that
like,
is the opposite
nervous.
reaction that everybody
Yes.
else has. They
Yes.
freak out near Nick and don't care about my lovely Christopher. So there we go.
Totally.
And it was really good.
Oh, sorry.
And he was super nice. And like
Yes.
Sophia was supposed to record it and didn't. She recorded like a 5-second snippet.
I recorded lots and I took lots of pictures. I was actually very good about doing that. Thank you very much.
Triggered.
calling you out.
That was a really
The
fun
person
weekend.
that didn't
though,
do a
but
good
it was,
job
it was
was
a lot of fun.
Chinzia.
He was making fun of
Oh.
us for being Canadian and saying like, "Oh, do I need to talk slow and stuff?" And then we're
Didn't you
just
guys
like,
play like Scrabble with him later?
it was
Uno.
and we
Uno.
didn't. We just it was
It was
very
a lot.
fun.
It was a
a
lot
long
of fun.
thing.
That
Do you
was
have a favorite member, Lydia?
Of
In sync.
Oh.
The topic of the day. Or apparently this is the Chris Kirkpatrick podcast.
Yeah,
but
seriously.
Fine, that's all that matters.
You know what? Throughout my career of liking NSYNC, I believe that my favorites, my favorites
you get
has
paid money for
changed
this?
over time. You know what? Like, cause like, okay, so obviously at first you like the lead guy, you like Justin, but you're not
Yeah.
allowed to like Justin because
That
Gina
never
like
happened.
Gina liked
me.
Justin. So I'm like, okay, nope, never mind. I'm not allowed to like Justin at this time. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll like JC. And Olivia's like, no, I like JC. I'm like, okay. And then Chin's like, well, I like Chris. I'm like, well, you can keep him. That's fine.
Screw you all.
And then I kind of liked Lance, but then he was all like, I only like women who are like super clean or something. And I was like, oh well, I wear my no, like there's this like There was this
I don't
interview.
remember this at all.
There was this like interview in a magazine. He's like, I only like women who are super clean. And I was like, and I would like wear my jeans for like 2 days in a row. And I'm like, oh, well, that, you know, he's not for me then. So then,
Good thing.
so then I'm like, okay, obviously I will pick Joey. So then,
Because he's Italian.
because
and
he's
obviously-
Italian and, you know, he's got like the little goatee thing going on. But when me and Kenny went to Florida, like a few years ago, we went to, maybe 2 years ago?
Fatones.
We went to
3 or
Fatones.
4.
Fat ones. It's
Fat
not called
ones.
Fatones.
Fat
Sorry,
ones,
fat
sorry.
ones, the hot dog stand. And they were like super rude. And granted,
Was Joey rude though?
Wasn't it the opening though?
It was the opening, and like we had to go to the airport. We were like rushed, and we had to wait in line, and we're like, stupid hot
And
dogs.
I told you guys to go early.
I
'cause
know
it was
you did.
opening, and
You did. And Kenny's like, I don't want to go early. What's the point? It's just hot dogs. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then like it exploded. We got a free sticker and some sass. And then I was just like, and then so I'm like, I don't like any of you guys. So then I like them collectively as a whole, but not an individual person because I've gone through. There's no one left. Who's left? I guess Lance. But Lance is like, he pissed me off lately because the whole Brady Bunch thing. Remember, he tried to buy the Brady
Yes.
Bunch.
How did that
yes,
piss
yes.
you off against Lance? Lance is the one who got screwed over.
Yeah,
in that
he
deal.
got screwed over.
But you know who bought it?
No.
HGTV.
HGTV.
So?
They're the inventors of the Love It or List It. They're the inventors of.
So
Lance
they
had the
deserve
winning
it more
bid.
than Lance?
What?
So they deserve it more than Lance?
Lance
Well,
actually wanted the house.
Yeah, but
and they
Lance is just gonna live in the house. Like
Oh,
he
excuse me. Let's just make a production and like.
Let's let a company buy it and make more money.
well, just like I want to see inside the Brady Bunch
Capitalism.
house. Like,
Why
the
do you
only
think
thing-
Lance wouldn't show you the inside of his
Lance
house?
would only show me an Instagram of his kitchen. That's all he would show me. I want to see everything about that house.
Have you looked at Lance's Instagram or his husband's Instagram? They show lots of parts of their house.
Does he have a
This
cold
is
cellar?
very amazing.
Okay, so
to hear.
Lydia doesn't like any of them. Sophia?
No, I like them collectively as a whole.
She
Sorry.
likes them as a whole, but not as a person.
Okay, so like I said, when I first started to hear them on Much Music, I like Justin and JC. I don't know if I really like them still, but I'm gonna say JC is my
I'm
favorite.
gonna have
Okay.
I think he has
let
a good
the record
singing
show
voice.
that JC has a better voice than Justin, in my opinion.
He looked really good
Oh,
back then.
shocked that
Not right
Shinzia
now.
hates Justin.
He broke
Shinzia
up
went
the
to a
band.
wax museum and took a picture of herself giving the finger to wax Justin
To
Timberlake.
be fair, that was a
I
pretty
have done
great
that
photo.
twice.
That's a pretty great photo, to be honest.
It is.
Go ahead.
Do I have a favorite? Well, obviously, back in the day, I picked Justin, but I don't even know why. Like,
He's the lead.
yeah, I guess. Like, he had ramen noodle hair.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what was I thinking?
that was cool back
don't know.
then, but now not so much.
Well, when we were young, you're stupid, right?
I guess.
I think Lance is really good now, very good on social media and stuff. Although I'm disappointed he did not show up for the Backstreet Boys movie premiere in
Oh.
LA.
But he did show up to see them in Vegas.
That's true.
Oh.
But we were on the opposite side.
Oh.
Well,
I
it came
know.
a day
That
later.
upset me.
I don't know. Who's my favorite?
I don't
Oh,
know.
you said already, JC.
No, that
She
was
said
Sophia.
Justin.
Oh, Justin. Sorry.
JC's been like
I'm sorry,
kind of
I'm
living
sorry.
under a rock for a very long time. We haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Joey's the more fun one though. He's
I do
definitely-
like Joey, and
yeah.
I will say this: as much as we make fun of Shinzia, Chris is hilarious.
He's so funny. Yes.
like,
Yes.
I did not think he would be like that in reality, and he's like, I was
Amazing.
peeing my pants,
Yeah,
legit.
it was pretty funny.
So
He was pretty funny.
Well, and obviously I can't like Chris because then we can't both like Chris. So I'm
I
letting you
have never
him.
had an issue with anyone
You
liking
can
the
like
same boy
whoever
band
you
members.
want.
I-
That's not a fandom rule.
Does he still have dreadlocks?
no,
Oh, okay.
No,
never
he has
mind
short hair.
then. Okay.
he still doesn't look great,
Oh, dang.
Screw
So
all
the
you.
the personality wins out.
and he's short. But that's
He's
okay
taller
because
than me.
Shinzia is
The
also
personality-
short.
What is he?
He's
Shorter than me.
yeah.
I think he's like Howie's height. What do you think?
Ish.
Maybe a little bit
Like 5'8", 5'9", I think.
Shorter is the word, not smaller. Sorry.
Oh. Oh my. Okay. Next
Okay.
question.
Okay. What makes NSYNC great for you? Or what made them great? We can't say what makes them great because they broke up.
Ouch.
And does anyone?
Ouch. What made them great?
So obviously
The dancing.
the dancing.
made them pretty good.
They had a lot of. They did have a lot of catchy songs. I like their unique personalities
Their
and style.
choreography was fun.
May I dive into
Sure, buddy.
the business Lou section. Listen.
We expect nothing less from you, Lydia.
Thank you. Okay, they were an invention of Lou's imagination to give Backstreet Boys a competition. And it split women apart.
It sure did.
It was a money factory. You're like
Friendship's lost.
The friendship's lost,
Yes.
but merchandise sold. I mean, brilliant.
Albums sold. Most albums ever sold in a single week.
Yeah,
but you
seriously.
guys, you guys
Can I
cheated.
just-
I'm
wait,
sorry. You
Wait,
guys
wait.
cheated
Can I
over there.
just say this
And
real
sing.
quick?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the further questions.
Real quick. It's not a further question. Real quick. I wasn't going to bring this up, but she brought it up.
Oh.
Let the record show that Chinzia brought this up.
Thank you.
Because NSYNC wins.
There was no competition. Okay. When Backstreet Boys released, was it Black and Blue at the time?
Millennium.
Millennium? Okay. Millennium. I don't know. My timeline's all messed up.
Black and Blue was after Millennium, I think.
I know, but was that the one that broke the record?
No, Millennium broke the record.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Millennium
Millennium broke Michael Jackson's record of most albums sold in a week.
Yes.
Ooh, which
We
was a
were not
million.
trying to do that.
No, we
it
were not.
just happened.
Yes.
Then NSYNC releases whatever album,
No strings attached.
filter, whatever album they
no strings
released
attached.
like a month later.
No,
And-
Copycatters.
months later or the next year or something.
No,
wasn't it?
no, it was very soon after.
They broke up with Lou at that point, right?
Yes,
Okay.
this was their comeback from
Yes.
Screw You, Lou.
Yes.
It was very soon after.
Yes.
And all the NSYNC fans were like, we have to beat Backstreet Boys' record.
No.
No.
Yeah, you say your thing and I'll tell you what it is.
And then they all went out to the stores and bought like 5 and 10 copies of the album just to beat the Backstreet Boys.
That's true.
Not because they actually would have beat it organically like we did.
Okay, the real reason
Thank
why
you,
we went
Diane.
out and bought multiple copies of the album was this was a Screw You to Lou. And it was the boys were now getting their fair share of the money, and Lou screwed them out over so many years. And we wanted to prove that we were supporting them. And Bye 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 was on that album.
That was a good
And
yeah.
it was a really good single.
was.
And we wanted to show the boys, like, we're 100% behind you and your new record label, and we want you to keep making albums forever. So we are going to show this new record label they took the right chance on you, and you deserve all this.
Yeah.
You say that, but I believe Diane.
Again. And I just
And
want
there
to
was
say
some friendly competition, obviously.
Backstreet Boys won it with all of us just buying one copy like normal people. And you guys had to buy multiple. Just saying. Hashtag.
But hashtag back NSYNC sold 1.1 million albums in a single day and
That's a long
2.4
hashtag.
million albums in the week.
Whatever. You
saying.
each bought 10
And then
copies.
didn't
So
BSB
I only bought, like,
sell
4
like
copies.
5 million across Europe.
if we all bought 10 copies of that BSB album, who knows what the numbers would be. So
I nearly lost my life for NSYNC. Do you remember?
Are you
that?
talking about the shooting?
No. Wait, there was a shooting?
Have you guys
Yeah,
shot
the
at
album
each other?
released when they were in Toronto. There was a shooting at the Aldo shoe store across the street.
Oh, yes, I
Okay,
remember
I don't
this.
remember that. No, I remember we camped outside of a radio station in Toronto in the dead of winter.
Oh, yes.
I started to hallucinate. I couldn't feel my fingers just so we can get this black album. Was that Bye Bye Bye?
That was, yeah. And we should have sold it on
I know,
eBay because
we
it was
should've.
$100.
I
And we're
know.
like, no, we're just going to keep
We're
it.
like, we're
and
going to
then,
keep
like,
it forever. And then,
we're like,
duh.
fools. This was worth so much money because we got 2, one each, right?
We did.
Oh.
But
And
I
that
was
was
like, this is mine.
Chris was there, and I gave him the teddy bear.
Yes, yes. Chinthia
And
made this
that
awesome
launched
teddy bear.
my amazing fanfic story.
And he still has this teddy bear because on Cribs it was in
okay,
there.
he doesn't still have it. It's been like, well, he did at the time, like a month or two
maybe
later.
he gave it to
said-
his child. You don't know.
maybe.
It was really cute, and
It
you
was
did a
very
great
cute. He
job.
had little dreads.
And just take the credit. It was in a TV show. He still kept it. Just imagine that he still has it.
Okay,
Okay.
I will
Good job,
imagine
buddy.
this.
Okay. At this point, we would, pimp out their upcoming shit, but they don't have any because they broke up.
The sweaters.
They do
what
have
about the
overpriced
sweaters?
merch.
They have overpriced merchandise.
So there you go.
So what I have to say is that I refuse to buy this merchandise.
Why?
The
Overpriced
reason
merch?
that okay, first of all, it's overpriced. But second of all, yes, it's great that you guys have been a band for how many years, and you
But
have
they
your
haven't.
star on the Walk of Fame and all that jazz.
Well, who paid for that? We had to pay for
There
that
was some
star.
crowdfund- I think they eventually
That
paid
was
for
dumb.
it. But the fact of the matter is you cannot expect me to spend $80 on a sweater when you have not released new music.
Valid.
Bands, first and foremost, are music. Get back
Yes.
together, do a show, do something. Then I will buy your merch at your show. But I'm not just buying your merch for like, oh, I don't even have to do anything. Here's some merchandise, buy it, and then
Yeah.
it's sold out. And that NSYNC pop up thing, like everybody went to, which Lance did go to, and it was awesome. on the Instagram. But the fact of the matter is that I don't want to give you money for not doing anything.
It's fair.
Valid.
True.
And I also want to say, screw you, Justin Timberlake.
Is it like kind of like, okay, if I can like this to something, is it kind of like the hobo who's asking for money and then the hobo who's dancing and singing? You'd rather give the money to the hobo who's dancing and singing?
Interesting that it's taken
that's
on
an
to
interesting
hobo.
analogy,
Yes.
but yes, I would. I guess
You're like,
the person,
you've entertained me. Here is my quarter. You know, as opposed to the other hobo who's like, I did lots of things in my life. You're like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna move on.
Okay.
Sorry.
And that cute.
All of your accomplishments mean
I
nothing.
will pimp out whatever individual things they're doing. If you don't know what Justin Timberlake's doing, you should just get out from that rock you've been living under.
It's a lovely rock.
Him and like Jimmy Fallon are having like a
bromance?
Bromance.
Yes,
yeah.
bromance.
And then
Although the latest album,
Yeah, I don't know, like
Farty.
folklore. Or
Man of the Woods.
it's
Man
Man
of
in
the
the
Woods.
yeah.
What
I
kind
just-
of? It's like jazzy.
You can do
I
better,
don't know.
Justin.
yeah,
you can do
Justin,
better.
Like, it was.
Maybe it's time for
Can't
him to
stop the
reunite.
feeling. Let's get back to that.
Yeah,
That was a
let's
good
get. That's a
song.
good
Yeah.
song.
Okay.
Joey is, as we said,
Hot dog
selling
stand.
hot dogs. He's on a show called Practical Jokers.
Yes.
He also does a lot of voiceover stuff. I think he's still doing Family Feud or
Did
something
a
like
lot
that.
of hosting and stuff
Yeah.
too. Game
Really?
shows.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other three, to be honest. Lance,
JC.
Lance
is
does
a man about town.
He did a radio show. I'm not sure if his radio show.
Oh yeah,
still
it's
on.
coming back.
Dirty Pop.
Yeah.
His name
Yes.
show.
Wasn't he also like a host of like a gay bachelor?
He
He was supposed to be. Did that
No,
come out?
it never came out in Canada. And I
Oh.
remember was something about Prince Charming, finding Prince Charming or something.
No.
So it was like a bachelor, and then all of the contestants were gay. And then I was so excited for it to come out, and it didn't come out in Canada.
Aw.
So I tweeted him, and then he tweeted me back.
Wasn't Lance also supposed to be involved in a documentary about Lou that was going to be?
Yes, and
Yes,
it's supposed to be
I
coming
know.
out, and it keeps pushing it back. And I don't think it ever actually came out yet.
Who knows? Chris and JC are doing
I believe
nothing.
JC's been producing a lot.
He was a judge on a dance show at one point.
Oh, that was years ago.
Okay. Oops.
I feel like he's kind of popped up a little while, like every once in a while recently, because I feel like we haven't seen JC in years.
Chris was in Dead 7.
Yes, which is good.
And he does
His
karaoke.
wife had a baby, and him and his wife. Yes,
Yeah.
so
He's just living the
he's
simple
just
life.
like, I think he might be in Nashville.
Yeah,
Possibly, yeah.
Who
I don't
knows?
know. I felt like he was investing in a restaurant too, though, but I'm not sure.
Possible. Well, that's all we've got on NSYNC. If you have any comments, leave them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We would love to hear from you. For now, thanks for taking a break with us, and we'll see you next time.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye,
Bye. I feel like.